Hello, welcome again. It's Selma back with another video and something new for today as well. I hope you guys have been good. You've been enjoying your days. Having fun, even amidst all maybe the little chaos going on here and there. I hope you're all good, and we thank God for that. So today is something interesting. I thought about this and I was like, yes, there's something I actually want to talk about. So what could that be? The rising population of K-pop. Yeah, so throughout the years we've got to know that we've got to see the rising population and the evolution of so many artists. We've got to see the times when Justin Bieber was really a thing and people were getting the Justin Bieber haircuts, the Rihanna haircuts and everything when her era was there, although she's still popular now. But then you get what I mean, where like this particular group of people were really there at that time. Yes, and now it's like it's all K-pop wherever we go, and then you're like, who are these people? Like, what are they? Are they any good? How many of you have at least heard of them and you know something little about it? Maybe so, maybe not. So I'm sure majority of you, if you have heard the term, then you could be a fan, you could maybe be a hater, maybe you could also be a neutral person where like, I don't care, I do, maybe not, I have nothing to say about it. All in all, it's just a testament to the fact that yes, you have heard about them and that indeed they must be something if, like, you know, you've heard of them before whilst you're here in Ghana, because yeah. So today I wanted us to just sit back, consider this whole K-pop thing, like how positive or how negative it may be, why people like it, why people don't like it, and then we just assess it. You could choose by the end of the video if you like it or not. That's up to you. You could drop a comment if maybe what I said changed your view about it, or maybe it didn't. As majority people know as Korean pop music, yes, it's from this, well, used to be, I wouldn't say a small country because it's quite large, but then it wasn't really well known back then, before the whole K-pop era. It comes from that country known as South Korea. It's quite an interesting country in my perspective. So it's a country where its culture and practices is quite mesmerizing and very different, if I were to put it. Like certain things that they do, or their way of speaking or talking with their elders is quite unique, and it has even influenced their form of music. Yes, so this is where K-pop originates from, South Korea. Now a lot of people like it because of how upbeat it is. Like, you know, it's very, I want to say jamming, but it's not a lot of people who jam to it, but then it's in a way where it captures them. They love the rhythm of it, they love the beats, they love the lyrics, although they don't understand the words that they are hearing because it's a different language. They still take the time to go to Google, search the lyrics, and then poof, it just comes there, and then they access it. And majority of them, especially those who like it, sit down and be like, wow, those lyrics are quite deep, and then they be like, wow, so this is what they were singing, interesting, and then they fall in love with it. Some of them too is because of how they look. Like some of them, you can see them be like, wow, how could somebody look so beautiful? Wow, can I be like them? something of the sort. Especially as young girls, as we are going through adolescent stage, we see a lot of these beautiful artists and be like, can I ever look as pretty as them? Could I ever be able to look as flawless as they do? It's not something normal, and that's what leads some people to also like them, aside from the musical aspect of everything. And another reason why some people really do value K-pop or like K-pop is because of how much effort and time that they put into their music videos. There are a few that I've watched, okay, not a few, a lot. I've actually watched a lot of it, and like a lot of them you would think that, oh, they use CGI for this one, because how is that possible? But then you go and watch behind the scenes and then you see that, okay, that wasn't CGI. They actually invested money into whatever that is, and voila, it's there. And then you're like, so if they had just used CGI, would it have been worse or would it have been better? But then action.
Okay, go.
In the end as well, it just goes to show how much they are putting in for their fans, and it's something their fans also appreciate very much and love very much about them. Another reason why some people love them is because of their hard choreographies, especially the dancers of today. They watch them and be like, damn, that's a very hard dance move to do. Like, they are fluid in their dancing, but then and taking into the fact that they sing live at the same time dance, and they don't just sing one song and then they are done. They sing like maybe 10 songs, all of which have very difficult choreographies to follow, and they still manage to do it whilst not sounding breathless singing. And they'll be like, wow, that's excellent breath control, that's like very good stamina that you have. That requires a lot of strength, like wow. And then they fall in love. So a lot of people have their own personal reasons for falling in love with K-pop, and I quite respect that, because it's the same way as somebody who listens to Rihanna would also fall in love with her because maybe a dance, how she dances, or how she presents herself on stage, or maybe how she sang the song, or the lyrics she chose to sing the song. All in the end, you fell in love with Rihanna and then you loved her. So in the same, you can say that it's the same for K-pop. Yeah, we can say the same for K-pop. Now we'll take it from the point of view of people who don't really like the group or the K-pop genre. I don't know if I should even call it genre or I should call it words, but then yes, taking it from that point of view, a lot of people feel like maybe they're putting in too much into the choreo, because indeed they put a lot into the choreo. Like sometimes one will be just jumping here and then going here and then moving here and then moving there, and all of them really strains you out. So some people, when they see that, they're like, aren't you trying too hard? Like, did you really have to go that hard? And they'll be like, I feel like you're trying too much, I don't really like you. No, sorry, you can go. Yeah. And then like they don't follow them. There are also some people who, when they listen to K-pop, they're like, what language is this? What universe, parallel universe have I stepped into? Like, mommy, help, daddy, help me, where am I? They're confused, and then they'll be like, so why should I listen to K-pop if I don't understand what you're saying? Then they're also like, okay, then I'm not also going to put myself through that strain just to go and search up the lyrics and then understand what they are saying. So let me just listen to the normal songs that I listen to and not explore the world of K-pop. There are also some people who feel like it's too overhyped. Why am I seeing K-pop everywhere? I turn left, there's K-pop. I turn right, there's K-pop. I go to social media just to look for memes and I see K-pop. What's going on? Why is this a thing? When did this start happening? And then they feel like, isn't it too hyped? Isn't it overrated? Like, how good can they be that he has to be all over? So they feel like maybe it's the media that is making it seem so good when maybe in reality it's not. So they decide not to follow. Some people too, as we know in life, is quite normal. They just hate it because they hate it. They don't really have any reason, they just hate it. Just like there are also some people who love it, but they don't know why they love it, they just love it. There are some of them too, when they watch their videos, they look flawless, almost too perfect to be true. And when they see that, they're like, yeah, that has to be cosmetic surgery. Nobody can look that perfect. Or like, wow, that's way too much makeup. I wonder what's hidden under there. So they don't like the fact that they don't look real to them on stage, especially when they see the male Koreans, sorry, let me say the male artists in makeup. Then they're like, he looks too girly, oh, he looks gay. Then they start hating on the group. But then I would also like to remind you of something that I said earlier. Korea is a country where its culture and practices are very different. Even the way they greet their elders, their beauty standards, the food they eat, everything is very different. Quite different from majority of the cultures out there. Sure, those share certain similarities between maybe other Asian countries, but then theirs is unique. And according to their culture, it's okay. It is normal for a guy to wear makeup, to look like that, to look almost flawless, because I've read about their beauty standards and it's very rigid. Like, they have an approximation your body has to be in order to be called beautiful. Now, I wouldn't want to go too much into that, or else we'll be spending the whole day here. And that's them. That's how they were trained. That's how they were brought up to this point in time. So I feel like to them that's normal. To us, that's not. So yes, you'll be looking at it from your point of view, from your set of normalities, but then they are also looking at it at their view, from their culture, from their normality, and they say it to be okay. So I feel like we shouldn't be too rigid when it comes to those things. There is normal to wear makeup. It's normal to be that close to the same sex and not be gay. It's normal to give them hugs, kisses. That's their sign language, let me say it that way. That's their sign, no, not their sign language, like form of communication. Yes, that's their form of communication that they see to be normal and not to be expressed as somebody who is gay. We've been taught to be tolerant, that I know of, whether in the Ghanaian society or if it's in a different society. All of them, we've been taught to be tolerant and to be understanding to people's points of views or where they are coming from. So I feel like when we see these things, we shouldn't be quick to judge. We should try to understand where they are coming from in the first place. Like, Why are you doing this? Is it okay to be doing this? Should I say something about this, or should I just observe? Stop to think, stop to understand, stop to digest. And maybe you would come up with something very different than what you would have originally said if you hadn't done that. So now we know that K-pop will always have its positive effects and negative effects, because as I said in the last video, everything has its positive and negative effects. So what could these positive effects be? Now I've read a lot of comments, seen a lot of videos, and I got to see that these fans that they have a lot to say. Some believe that when they started to follow K-pop or started to listen to K-pop, it helped them with their mental stress and depression, in a sense that they were able to deal with it more than they used to be. It wasn't so intolerable. Is that a word? Is that a word? I'm not sure, but then I'm still going to use it. Like it didn't seem so suffocating at first. It felt more free to them. It has also helped them gain self-confidence to be able to face certain hardships that they go through in life, making them understand that they are not really alone in the things that they are doing, that there's always someone there to help you rise when you fall or stumble, or even when you're unable to get up. Somebody close to you, be like, hey, let me help you out. Some people also are able to appreciate the hard work of others by watching these people as they work, especially after they watch their behind the scenes or maybe videos on the difficult things that they have to go through in life. They're like, okay, so like a lot of people do have to go through this in order for something to happen, and I appreciate that. Not a lot of people who are able to see that, and when you're able to realize it, it gives you a new sense of purpose, a new sense of understanding towards life. And I feel like that could also be a positive aspect of them following that sort of crowd. And some people also start to feel and see the essence of family from people that they are not even related to, especially with how these artists interact with their fans and try to get close to them to form a bond, form a connection. They're able to feel like, yes, you don't only feel family from people who you are blood related to, even people that like you totally don't know them, or you know a few Google searches about them, can still be family, and that's not bad. I think all of this have been a positive effect of K-pop, yes. And if maybe you would want to add their music as well, then sure, that would be a bonus, a plus, however you take it. Now let's look at the negative aspect of it. First of all, the fans. Not all of them are like that, obviously not, but then some of them, it's hard to decipher. Certain attitudes, certain actions are quite questionable, weird, uncalled for, like stalking. You know, stalking is not a good thing, although I feel like it's kind of normal now, like when a girl stalks her ex to see if he has moved on and those things. But like, I'm talking about real stalking, like wherever they go, they are also there. They'll be there all the time. Some even go to the extent of licking the toilet seats they sat on. I know, it's quite disgusting. Yeah, I was terrified when I heard it. It was very traumatizing. I was like, what would you benefit from licking the seat your artist sat on? Like, it's not clean. is most definitely not gold as well. Why would you do that? I don't know, I'm not in their minds. Some even go to the extent of breaking into their apartments to show their love and devotion, unquote, to them. They'll be like, oh my goodness, like I love you so much, like da, 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 da. Yeah, that creeps them out, and that's so bad. And all of this is because they got too obsessed with these artists and started imagining things that they shouldn't be imagining. Some are even worse than what I even stated. Yes, some are worse than the toilet seat accident, and that goes to show how far an obsessed fan can go just to fulfill what they want. Another negative aspect is the fact that some start to lose focus in life or on their studies, especially teenagers, because they're like, oh, I need to spend my time watch this music video of theirs, go and watch this real life of theirs, go and do this, go and do that. And they start to lose focus on their studies, and their parents start to complain, and they lose focus on things that are much more important than what they are doing at the moment. Apart from these few negative and positive aspects I spoke about, there are still a lot more out there, and that's what makes me wonder if we would term K-pop to be more or majorly positive than negative, or would we say it's the other way around? And that's why I wanted to talk about it today. So I threw a little light. I mean, obviously the whole of K-pop isn't what I just said. There's a lot more to it than what meets the eye, and it would be up to you, the individual, to take that journey, path of no return, yes, and see what you would find. So I would like to know, what do you think after this video? Do you think that maybe K-pop is a bad thing, or K-pop is a good thing, or that it brings more positive things into our lives than the negative? Or did I miss something that you feel like I should have said in the video? Please drop down your comments. I would feel so good to read it. Thank you for all the views that you've given to my previous videos. I really appreciate you all, and I hope you have a gracious, fruitful day, and for the rest of your days you always be happy and healthy.